What's up, YouTube? It is your boy JB, and I'm here today with the review for The Oval. This is season 1. I believe this is episode number 10. We have one more episode left into the mid-season finale, and this episode was titled Going Black. Why does it call Going Black? Whatever. But you guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and just jump into this video. Alright, you guys, so if my energy is a little low right now, I literally just finished recording Black King Crew Chicago, so I'm trying to pick up the energy just a little bit, but we're going to get through it. So, The Oval. This episode picks up where we left off, 2 weeks ago, I think, before Christmas, the Christmas holiday. So, guys, remember, in the last episode, Gail and Victoria were in the limo together. And you guys remember, Victoria, Gail was like, I don't jump. She said, jump, bitch. And the bitch jumped out the limo. Now, can we talk about Gail's legs? Because, she's supposed to be all bloodied and whatnot. But I'm like, where are the scrapes that on her legs? Like, there's no scrapes on Gail's legs. They look like y'all just took a red marker and just said, whoop, 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 whoop. There's blood. Like, it looked like y'all took a red Sharpie and just drew on Gail's legs. Let's just draw on the blood. Let's just draw on the blood. Let's just draw on the blood. And then Gail is on the ground, come back, I'm hurt. Oh, it hurts. And Victoria comes out like, get that bitch up and put her in the car. And he was like, man, we cannot put her in the car. We need to wait for an ambulance. Victoria's like, we're not waiting for a damn ambulance. I said, pick the bitch up and put her in the fucking car. I'm like, damn. If y'all don't do what Victoria says, pick that girl up. She can't be that hurt. And Victoria said the same thing that I said. Y'all weren't going that damn fast, so how the fuck is she hurt if you weren't going that goddamn fast? But Yuma is still on the whole thing of, she's hurt. We can't move her. We can't move her. She jumped out of a car. She jumped out of a slow-moving car. A slow-moving car. Okay. If you say so, Yuma. Victoria's like, she doesn't want any scandal. I'm like, scandal? A scandal? A scandal. A scandal. Well, she doesn't want scandal press. She don't want that. I'm like, y'all ain't nothing but press. Your husband has a whole mistress in the Oval. You tased your daughter. Your daughter just jumped out of a fucking car. Your son is a creep. Like, y'all ain't nothing but press. Press, 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 press. Y'all don't need more press. Like, what the fuck? She don't want press. That is all you guys are, is press. I'm pretty sure within the first month, your husband is going to be impeached if someone finds out that he's fucking Denise. Hell, he ain't even doing his fucking job. So, you don't want press or scandal? That is all you people are at this point. And you guys are only one day into the presidency. Like, one day into the presidency, and your husband ain't done shit. He blew off the whole entire day because he wanted Denise there with him. You don't want no scandal or press. The fuck you mean? So then Yuma calls Sam, and she's telling Sam about Gail. And, she's telling him that Victoria wants him to pick Gail up. And, and Victoria get out the car. It's like, what the fuck is going on? She said, I asked y'all to pick the bitch up and put her in the goddamn car. And Sam tells Yuma, assess her injuries, and we'll have the White House doctor on standby when you get here. So they pick her up, and Gail is just screaming, oh, it hurts. It hurts. I'm like, again, Gail, you rolled out of the car, and it wasn't moving that fast. So Victoria tells her, bitch, shut the fuck up. I cracked up laughing when she told her to shut up. She said, your dumb ass shouldn't have jumped out of the car. She said, your dumb ass shouldn't have jumped out. And then she looked at the Secret Service. She says, and you slammed on the brakes as I was applying my lipstick. If it had smeared or anything, you was going to have problems. I'm like, well, damn. Tell them how you really fucking feel. Because, damn. She just didn't really give a shit whatsoever. Not a bit. Victoria is a cold ass biatch. Alright, so I posed this question a few weeks ago on Twitter. Please answer this question for me. If you guys watch the Have and the Have Nots, who do you guys think is worse, Victoria or Veronica? Now, now that I've actually binge watched the haves and the have-nots, God, I want to say they even. Like they got to be sisters. Only difference between Veronica and Victoria is Veronica has tried to kill people. Well, she's got somebody. She's killed two people, and she tried to kill David and Jeffrey. Victoria ain't tried to kill nobody, but Victoria has gotten into a few fights, which we're gonna talk about a few fights with Victoria in just a little bit. So stick around for that one. But let's move on. All right, so over at the White House, Don, he comes out. He's talking to Sam, asking Sam, do we know for a fact that Gail is where she says, is she secured? He says she is. She's with the First Lady. I'm like, that is not secure. That is not secure. The First Lady could end up taking that little girl out. So y'all might want to, keep some eyes on, First Lady and Gail, because First Lady is a little bit cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Like, she ain't all the way there. Homegirl is not all the way there. So Don is saying, you know what, he's gonna go home for the night. You know who we didn't see in this episode? Lily and Bobby. We didn't see those two. Kind of glad we didn't see them either. So Sam also is telling Don that he feels like the part-time help should go home and they should bring in the senior staff. So, Don tells him, okay, do what it is that you got to do. And then he also says, I also feel like we should bring Richard back. He says, oh, yeah. He says, do you want me to tell him? He says, no, I'll tell him tomorrow. So then, Sam calls Priscilla, who's asleep, and he tells Priscilla, like, hey, we need the senior staff here. She says, okay, I'm on it. So then she calls Jean and says, hey, Jean, girl, sorry to wake you up, but, we got to get over to the White House. Some shit going on over there, so let's get our asses up and hightail it to the fucking White House. So let's move on. All right, so Sharon and Barry, they're still in their room, and Sharon is trying to tell Barry, hey, just, calm down, lay down. I'm like, no, he does not need to calm down. Well, he does need to calm down, but brother, man, and she's talking about cuddle with her. I'm like, are you serious? This dude ain't had a bath. Like, tell homie to go get in the bathtub, wash his body, wash his butt, wash every crevice of his body, because Barry has been in the streets for what now, 2 days? Barry ain't clean. Like, I wish no. Tell Barry to go take a bath. But no, she gets into bed with Barry and they cuddle. I'm like, ew, that is nasty. Again, Barry has been running around the streets looking for his daughter. Now, I get it. He's been looking for his daughter, but again, Barry needs to take a fucking bath. So, he's worried about Callie, and, Sharon is just trying to, reassure him, everything is going to be okay. We're going to find her. So then he's talking about Tally, and, she says, just let your mom and daddy handle that. And, then he's like, you know what? I shouldn't have talked to you the way that I talked to you. She says, oh, no, it's okay. I understand. I'm like, you understand? It's okay. He disrespected you. He had a whole fight at your job, but it's okay. No, the fuck, it's not okay. Let him apologize. So then we see Tally. She's talking to Nancy, and, she's eating, what was that, tomato soup? And, she's like, can I do the dishes for you to say thank you? Nancy's like, no need to do that. The only thank you that I need is for you to tell me where that baby is. And, so then, Tally starts to give her sob story. I'm like, did we really need to hear your sob story? Because I really didn't give a shit, but okay. And, she's telling Miss Nancy, that, she feels like she was led to her, like she's an angel. And then, she was also talking about, she was trying to repent, confess her sins. And Miss Nancy was like, girl, I am not a priest. But then she asked her that she believed in God, and she went on her Hannah speech. I'm like, God damn. I'm like, so are Nancy and Hannah sisters? Because they act just alike too. So then, she got so touched by what Tally was saying that she had to leave. I'm like, wait. Why are you leaving her alone in your house? She just came in here not too long ago and kidnapped your granddaughter. Like, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to leave this strange girl alone in my house. Unattended. No. Will not happen. Like, no. 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 Why? Why would you? Really? Why would you leave her alone in your house? Ain't no way. All right, you guys. So now let's talk about creepy ass Jason. So Jason is wandering around the house, and he's smoking on a vape, and then he's in the West Wing, and he walks up on Max, and Max is like, "Didn't your dad tell you to stay in the residence? Like, can you go back up there? Like," and he's like, "So where's my dad at?" And then when he asks that question, "Where's his dad at?" you can hear Denise moaning. He's like, "Oh, who's in here? Is that my dad? Who's he in there with? Is it my mom?" No, it's not my mom because he sounds like he's enjoying that. So who's in there? So then Max tells him once again, leave little dude, leave little creepy dude. So then Jason takes out his phone. He calls Victoria, and she says, "Get off the damn phone." I'm like, damn, how rude. And he's like, "Oh, so you're not here?" He says, "I didn't think that was you in the Oval having sex with Dad." And she's like, and she hung up the phone. I'm like, uh-oh, somebody finna get their ass beat. When Victoria makes it back to that White House, someone is getting a beat down, and it's probably gonna be Denise. So then we do see Richard, and Richard is still at that protest where they're talking about, the gun violence needs to stop. And then, the woman that lost her dad, we also find out that she lost her brother. Now, here's where I'm still stuck at. This doesn't make a lot of sense to me. How like, this don't make sense. This whole thing does not make sense. We know who shot the gun. It was Richard and Barry. But Richard and Barry were inside the car. So here's my thing. How the hell did the bullet from that gun go all the way go through the car and then go through that house to hit that man? Like, how did that happen? That defies the laws of physics. That literally defies all the laws of physics. How the fuck does a bullet go through a car and then go through a house? Like, that would, oh my God. Like, how? Please explain that shit to me. That makes no sense. That does not make sense. And then the police chief, he gets up, and I'm like, wow, that's the police chief? I would not feel safe with him as a police chief. He looks too old to be the police chief, to be quite honest with you. So, they talking, he's talking. He also says that they have a surveillance camera in that area, and they know they know the vehicle. He said it looks green, but it might be dark blue or whatever color it is. And Richard's like, oh, looking like, oh shit, that was Barry's car. And again, I will preface by saying, how in the hell did that happen? So, a gun. And Richard and Barry, when they had the gun and they were fighting over it, they were pointing down. They were pointing down. So the bullet would have went boom in the floorboard. Not. So if it were up, let's just logically do this. So let's just say Richard and Barry were pointing up, and the bullet went out the window. That's the only way that could have happened. But even still, how the fuck did it go that far? First of all, where was the fucking man at? Was he literally standing at the door to get hit? Like, this shit right here just don't make sense. Zero sense at all to me, and I'm just gonna stop talking about it and move the fuck on. All right, so then we also do see Priscilla. So she goes to pick up Jean. Now, when they're in the car, she doesn't really want to talk about anything at the White House, and I'm like, girl, y'all in the car, so unless the car is bugged, who the fuck is listening? Nobody. Because Jean is just talking about, like, hell, this family is horrible. And I have to agree with her. They're horrible. They haven't even been in office 24 full fucking hours yet. And they have so much scandal. The daughter has run away. The son is creepier than hell. The president is sleeping with another broad. The first lady, nobody even likes her. Like, her approval, I'm pretty sure her approval rating is what Donald Trump's approval rating is right now. Actually, her approval rating might be nope. Because they view her as the angry black woman, so I'm pretty sure her approval rating would be shit. And that's saying a lot coming from that asshole. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. Um, so then Priscilla asks Gene, has she heard anything about her car? She says, no, I ain't heard shit about my damn car. But, so, you know, she asked her, you know, they're talking about Richard. How she asked her how's Nancy and Richard. She says, I really don't know. And, you know, Gene was like, well, I hope Richard comes back. So then, you know, Priscilla can read that, you know, Gene is not in a good mood. But shit, I wouldn't be in a good mood either. Shit, if you just woke me up, I was at home, I just got off of work not too long ago, and you telling me now I gotta go back to work, would you be in a good mood? No, you would not be in a good fucking mood. And she's like, ain't your man at home? What the fuck does that mean? And if Priscilla's in a good mood, she says, oh, you're in a good mood. So does that mean Sam was at home? She says, no, that he was not at home. Okay, then. So, but again, I'm just talking about why the fuck would Jean be in a good fucking mood? She just got off of work. The Secret Service came and took her fucking car because little bitch snuck in her fucking car. Like, why would she be in a good mood? I don't blame Jean for being in a shitty, pissy mood. Like, bitch, what? They just took my car and now you want me to go back here? Fuck that. Fuck them. For real. Fuck them. All right, you guys. So, back with Sharon and Barry. Barry's stank ass is still asleep. So Sharon gets up and she dips out of the room. So she goes to check on Miss Nancy. She asks Miss Nancy, you know, have you taken your medicine? Then she says, you know, Barry, when he wakes up, he's going to come and apologize to you. And Miss Nancy says, oh, baby, he don't need to apologize to me. What is it with you two saying he don't need to apologize? Yes, the fuck he does. Now, I get it. His daughter's missing. I definitely get it. But Barry has been a complete fucking asshole. So, yes, Barry 100% needs to apologize to each and every one of y'all for being a dick. So, you know, and Ms. Nancy's like, you know, he's been up for 2 days, and he's been up for 2 days without a bath. Brother man needs to get his black ass up and go take a fucking bath. Yeah, and then, you know, Ms. Nancy is talking about how she's just so upset. And so, you know, Sharon asks, is she still down there? And Ms. Nancy's like, yeah, you know, she says, she's crying. And, you know, she says, I wish Richard was here because Richard has a way of soothing people and, you know, just comforting people. She says, you know what, I'm going to give him a call. And Sharon says, you know what, I'll go downstairs and check on him. Like, I'm pretty sure if you go down and check on her, Tally might be either gone or dead. I just have a feeling either she's dipped out or someone from that cult has come in and killed the bitch. I'm assuming that. I'm going to assume that. We're going to assume that. But let's move on. All right, so we see Victoria and Little Bitch. They've made it home. And, you know, they take, I guess they're going to take, you know, Gail to see the doctor. Again, I just don't understand how hurt Gail can be. Their car was not moving that fast. So, you know, Yuma was about to walk away. And, you know, Victoria's like, hey, you, stop. I want to talk to you. And, you know, she says, what is it? She says, I feel like you want to say something. Whatever you want to say it. Yuma says, I don't want to say anything. She says, oh, yeah, you want to say something because you've been judging me. Yuma says, I've not been judging. She says, do you have kids? She says, no, I don't have kids. She says, okay, when you have kids and they hate you because of, you know, for everything you've done so much good for them. I'm like, Victoria, what have you done good for these kids? You've tased your daughter. You hate your daughter. Hell, you hate your son. What good have you done for these kids for them to not have, like, oh, please explain to me what good you've done. Like, you feel like because that you've given them what monetary things, that doesn't mean that they're happy and that they're happy with you. That just means you can provide for them monetarily. That doesn't mean you've given them love. That doesn't mean you've given them any kind of support. That just means you provided financially for them. That's a big difference. There's a huge difference between those two. And I don't know why Victoria doesn't see that. But she tells Yuma, you know, once you have kids and they, you know, they hate you, and then you can come back and judge me. And Yuma once again says, I'm not judging you. And Victoria says, fuck it, I'm leaving. She dips out. So then Sam comes in. He asks, you know, Yuma, is she okay? She says, yeah, I'm fine. You can look at Yuma and tell Yuma is not okay. I'm like, Yuma, just say it, girl. Just break down and cry. But Yuma was a G. She didn't break down. And, you know, she's just like, it's just the way that she treats her. She treats her daughter like roadkill. And I was like, well, technically she was almost roadkill. If you guys were going any faster, if you guys were going at least 50 miles per hour, 50 or 60 miles per hour instead of 5 miles per hour, Gail would have been roadkill, and Victoria would not have given a flying flat fuck about that. Just putting that out there. So then we see Denise, and Denise is still with Hunter. Well, they just finished up what they were doing, and I'm like, oh shit. So Denise is still here. Like Max didn't warn Hunter that Denise need to get the fuck out. That cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo. Your son just called your wife, and your wife is crazy as fuck. Like you might want to finish up with that one right there and get her out of here before the other one gets here. But Max didn't do that, and Victoria walked right by Jason. He said something. He said, "Did you find her?" She says, "Go to your room," and then she went to her room, and she come back out with her sneakers on and putting them on. I'm like, oh shit, here we go. Victoria is about to go whoop some ass. So she takes off down the hallway, and I'm like, up. Yep, that's that ass, Mr. Postman. That is that ass. So, she took off running. So she finds Hunter, and, she asks Hunter, like, excuse me, she asks him, so what are you doing down here? He says, go to bed, Victoria. She says, what are you doing down here? She says, is she in there? She's in there, isn't she? She says, let me in there. And, Max is trying to stop her. Like, no, what's up? You ain't going this way. Gotcha. Stop. And she's like, get out of my way. So then Hunter tells Max to take her to her room. He says, I don't care if you have to drag her by her hair. He says, and if you don't do it, then I will. So Hunter counts to 3. He says, thanks for nothing, Max. I'm like, shit, Max, you want Max to be a punching bag to that? I'm with Max. Fuck that. If you want to move her and you want to take her, you be my guest. Well, Hunter said, you know what? I take that honor and I'm going to try it. So a whole fight ensues, and Sam is looking on the cameras. And, like I said, she's fighting Hunter. She's fighting Max. It's just a whole melee. So then, Sam comes up and he breaks up the fight. And Hunter gets in his feelings about the fact that he did that. He's like, don't put your hands on me again. And I'm like, Oreos, what? What you gonna do, Hunter? Big bad Hunter. What you gonna do? And he says, who run this shit? She says, I do, bitch. I'm like, oh. What you gonna do now? Because she just challenged you. She just questioned your authority. Like, she really did. So then we see Max, and Max is now finally trying to sneak Denise out, and Victoria just charges directly after her. And then Hunter, he goes after her. He tells her, stop. And then, once Max actually it wasn't Max, it was Sam that got her out. And Hunter asks her, so what is all of this about? Because you hate me, and I hate you equally. So what the fuck is this about? I'm like, well, damn. Really? So then we see Gene and Priscilla. So they arrive back at the White House. And Priscilla sees Sam. And she was like, whoa, what are you doing? Give her here to me. So they go into the locker room. And she asks her, what size are you? And Denise was just looking at her. I'm like, bitch, you might want to tell her what size you are. Because that's going to be your only way of getting out. She says a 6. So then we do see her. She's put on the maid's outfit. And Priscilla tells Jean, hey, take her out. And then Yuma comes and says, you know what? I got this. I'll take her. And then, Priscilla's asking Sam, like, what the hell were you thinking? Like, that the press is out there this time of morning. Like, why would you do that? He says, yeah, what I wasn't thinking. So then we see Denise in the car with Yuma. And, she's talking about she's a bitch. She's this. She's that. And Yuma just like, and she's like, you're quiet over there. You're not going to chime in on this? No. Why would she do that? I mean, that's her boss. Like, and then she's like, ooh, you're cute. You got a girlfriend? She says, no, I have a husband. She says, a husband? She says, girl, you don't even look like you the type to have a husband. I'm like, I'm glad someone said what I was thinking. No shade, just was thinking it. But, I'm just like, really, Denise, you're going to flirt with anything, huh? You don't care if it has a stick or a split. You'll flirt with it, huh? Cool in my book. Let's move on. All right, you guys, and then to close the episode out, I don't necessarily know how I feel about this scene. I feel a type of way about it because it's just, we could have done something a little bit different with this scene. So we see Kyle. So Kyle is still in the hood. He's trying to pretend like he's looking for Gail. And the other guy that he's with said, well, they've already found her. He says they don't know that. He says, yes, they do. They've already found the little girl. So he says, okay. He calls on the radio. Let's find the phone. I'm like, really? Okay. So then we see the cars, the Secret Service, SUVs, they pull up where Picky's people are, and they lining them up to arrest them, or so we think they're going to arrest them. So then, Kyle is basically threatening, Picky. One of his guys, they found Gail's phone, and Picky didn't know nothing about it. I'm like, yep. He tells them they were going to gang rape the girl. And Picky was like, what? So then they take Picky them in his apartment, or whatever that hell is, whatever the place that shit is. And, they have on camera, they've been watching them. So, Kyle wants him to tell him, I don't know what Kyle wanted him to tell, he wanted Picky to tell him, but he started just boom, 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 shooting all his men. And I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. We're shooting unarmed black men. Why? And I get it, they in the hood. I get it, they're thugs, but why the fuck are we just shooting them randomly? And then he gets down to Picky, and he shoots. But I don't necessarily know if he shot and killed Picky, because that's where the episode went off. So I'm like, I wonder if he just shot a warning shot to scare the shit out of Picky. We don't know. We'll find out next week in next week's episode. Now, here's one thing that I want to point out. In the back, if you guys go back and look at that table that was in Picky's apartment, it looked like it was a naked woman holding up the table. I'm like, what the fuck is this? But you guys, that was the Oval, so be sure to like this video, leave your comments. Subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification button so you guys know when I drop anything else. Also, if you guys would like to share the video, and you guys, if you want to follow me on social media, my information is always down below in the description bar. But I'm going to tell you to you right now, my Twitter, it is JB_the_CEO. And my Snapchat is Mr. GB_ it is to you. And then lastly, my IG is Jbsayzwhat, the same as my YouTube name. So until the next video, you guys, later.